Good morning. My name is Sanbalat and this is my co-captain Toby.
How's it going, Ed?
As all of you know by now, an out-of-towner named Nehemiah came to Jerusalem recently and began stirring up the local Jews. The reason we called this meeting is to announce that our people have decided to declare war on Nehemiah and his Jewish co-conspirators.
Your people?
Excuse me?
You said that our people have decided to declare war.
That's right.
Darn tootin'.
Can you tell us who your people are?
Who we are?
Yes. What nation do you represent?
Yes. Of course. We represent the Horonites.
No, we don't. We represent the Ammonites.
It was my idea, and since it was my idea, and I'm a Horonite.
What am I, chopped liver?
You'll excuse me for saying so, but it doesn't sound like you've given this declaration of war much thought.
How would you like a poke in the eye?
What my co-captain Toby is trying to say is that our forces are multicultural and diverse. But we are united in our opposition to the outsider Nehemiah and his Jewish co-conspirators.
Can you tell us what Nehemiah has done to provoke a declaration of war?
He's a Jew. What else do you need to know?
What my co-captain is trying to say is that Nehemiah is not a local resident. He's from the Medo-Persian capital. He came here without our permission. And now without our permission he has begun rebuilding the wall around Jerusalem.
Can you tell us why Nehemiah needs your permission to do anything?
You want a fat lip?
What my co-captain is trying to say is that we were here first.
You just told us that Nehemiah has started rebuilding the wall around Jerusalem.
That's right.
Who built the wall around Jerusalem originally?
I don't know. Who cares?
Wasn't it the Jews themselves who built a wall around Jerusalem in the first place?
Yes. But that was years ago. But they deserted the place. We've been here for years. We have squatters' rights.
What gives you squatters' rights?
Excuse me?
Let me put it this way. Jerusalem and the surrounding areas are governed by the Medo-Persian Empire. Did the emperor give the land to you?
Well, no.
On the other hand, Nehemiah came to Jerusalem with a letter from the emperor giving the Jews the right to occupy and rebuild Jerusalem.
He did? I didn't know that.
Excuse us for just a moment. We'd like to alter our declaration of war to make it a declaration of a building code violation.
Building code violation?
That's right.
What building code are Nehemiah and the Jews violating?
Have you seen what's left of the wall around Jerusalem? It's nothing but rubble.
Nothing but rubble.
There is no way the Jews can build a safe and legal wall out of rubble.
Well, apparently it's not all rubble. At last report, Nehemiah said his wall has been restored to more than half its normal height.
Those jerks. They can't do that.
What my co-captain is trying to say is that we and our culturally diverse people who live around Jerusalem will take it upon ourselves to test the wall at various places around the city and see if it is structurally sound.
What my co-captain is trying to say is that we and our culturally diverse people who live around Jerusalem will take it upon ourselves to knock down the wall wherever we can.
That's not quite the way I would have stated it. But as concerned citizens we must make sure the wall meets the building code.
Before you go trying to knock down the wall, you should know that Nehemiah is wise to your scheming.
Scheming? Was that an insult? Would you like to step outside and say that again?
What my co-captain is trying to say is that we are interested in peace and harmony just as much as anybody. Can you tell us what measures our good friend Nehemiah has employed to repel an attack on the wall?
According to my sources, after the wall grew to half height, Nehemiah changed the building strategy. From now on, only half of the labor force will be working on rebuilding the wall. The other half will be lying in wait with bows, arrows, spears, and swords to repel an attack.
Excuse us for just a moment. We'd like to alter our declaration of building code violation to make it a friendly invitation to Nehemiah to come to have peace talks with us.
Yeah. Peace talks. We'll meet with Nehemiah on neutral ground.
Yes. According to our local prophet, there will be centuries of peace ahead if Nehemiah will come to the peace talks.
But he has to come alone, and he has to come without any weapons. According to our local prophet.
Nehemiah predicted you would try such a trick.
A trick? You think this is a trick? I'll show you a trick.
What my co-captain is trying to say is that we are interested in peace and harmony. We have bent over backwards to accommodate Nehemiah and the Jews. But it's obvious that Nehemiah and the Jews are not interested in peace. Therefore, we'd like to withdraw our friendly invitation to Nehemiah to come to peace talks with us.
That's right. He is hereby uninvited.
And we will have the peace talks without him.
Based on a play by Bob Snook. Conditions for use: do not sell any part of this script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from performances.
You may reproduce and distribute this script freely, but all copies must contain this copyright statement.